like the biggest thing is, when you grow up with people, you know, many people don't realize the reality of it is you outgrow people
Hmm.
because you can outgrow your surroundings. You can outgrow your day to day routine. Like you said, you just stated it. Like, hey, like, why am I spending money and time doing this? I could be doing 5 or 10 other things in the same time frame that I'm sitting here doing nothing.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like that's why, like, that's my biggest, because I'm like that too. Like, my biggest thing with social media is like, I think I want to say for the past 2 years, at the beginning of the year I usually delete all social media, and I just look at like how much more time I actually have to like do stuff. Not even, I mean, just with my kids, take time for myself, you know, the missus or whatever the case may be. And a lot of people don't even realize it. That's the biggest thing. A lot of people don't even realize how much time is being consumed when they're, you know what I'm saying? Because they're so used to it. They don't really realize that, like, I didn't spend, it's 9 o'clock, let's just say you go get in the bed at 9 o'clock, you up and look up, it's 11.
Yep.
You done spent 2 hours
On your
doing nothing but scrolling.
yeah.
That's it. That 2 hours before you go to sleep, you could have been like me. I just use myself as an example because I am, you know, I've done that. I do it. I could be, promoting my website business. I could be, messaging the groups or the nonprofits that I work with and seeing what they need done. I mean, there's just I could be way more productive in those 2 hours.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so, it's just wild. Like you said, it's just wild that we get so consumed. It's easy to get consumed in that wild lifestyle.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But it's like I want that, but you ain't looking at what it takes to get that.
Right. Right.
You
And I
know?
think that takes me back to that snapshot, that taking that snapshot of your life. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just looking at, okay, how am I spending my time? Like, it goes beyond just the people, right? The people that you have around you, the time is how am I spending my time? You know, it what kind of people do I have around me? How am I spending my time? What type of media am I taking in? You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Like, what kind of content am I taking in?
That's the biggest one. Yes. Oh my
Is it
God. Yeah.
supporting, are all of these things actually supporting this life that I want to create for myself? You know?
Hmm.
And that's how you take your accountability back. That's how you take your power back. That's how you take your control back. Because a lot of things that I hear from people when it comes time to talk about changing these things is I don't have the time, I don't have the energy, I don't have the this, I don't have the that. And it's just like nobody can change that but you. So if you take
Yep.
that snapshot and really reevaluate what you got going on, you'll be able to find the little areas where you can just tweak something here and there. Don't start small. Don't just up and quit your job. Take little steps, take
Right. Right. Baby
steps,
steps.
build up to it, and just figure out what you can change.
Yep. And I was just gonna say, like, I don't know not one successful person who, one, didn't have to work hard for what they got, and two, is not surrounded by people who on the same level that they on.
Right.
Like, one of the things that I also learned, just listening to like my surroundings and just soaking it all in is, you know, right now, and if you ask anybody, like, if you could be a millionaire right now, would you do it? Heck yeah, I'm about to be a millionaire. Like, why
Hands
wouldn't
down.
I?
Yeah.
But if you ask a millionaire that, they'd be like, no, I want to be a billionaire. That's what I want to be. I don't care about it. Like, I already reached $1 million. That's nothing. But it's that mindset.
Yeah.
And that's the difference between, you know what I'm saying, those different mindsets.
Yeah.
You know, and it once again it goes back to what you said, you know, that content that you watch. You know, like, is it the are you watching the Alabama deck fight? You
Yeah.
know, for the 14th time? You
Yeah.
know, you looking for the capstone in the earth. Is that what you're doing?
Yeah.
Or are you watching like a motivational speaker before you go to bed? You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Or are you sitting in the bed going to ThinkerVsSpeaker.com and watching the whole episodes? You know
That
what I'm
part.
saying? Like,
That part right
you
there.
know, like I'm not saying that, you know, it's not always wrong. Like if you feel like you have to be on your phone, okay. But you can still be productive while being on your phone.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You don't gotta watch the violence, you know what I'm saying, or whatever else is going on in the world. You could be watching, you know, somebody preaching. You could be watching somebody motivating you. You know what I'm saying? To give you that last minute before you go to sleep, I don't want to be thinking about somebody getting punched in the face. That's just violence. That's just nonsense. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
I wake up in the morning, that's gonna be on TV. You
Yeah.
know, like I want to make sure when I go to bed, I'm motivated
Yeah.
to get up in the morning and be better. I tell myself this all the time. I wake up to be better than I was yesterday.
Yeah.
That's my big. That's pretty much like my motto to myself. Like, be better than you was yesterday. If I walk 5,000 steps, then you need to walk 6,000 a day. You know, and a lot of people, you know, they gotta adopt that type of mindset. You know, like nobody's nobody's taking the time to hold you back.
Right. Right. Absolutely. And it's two things that I get from that. And it's just like, one, like, you don't even have to stop everything that you do. It's just
No,
being mindful of how you do it and being intentional about what you do. You know what I'm saying? When I first started going through this like little change or whatever, I tried to throw all of my little, you know what I'm saying? The best way I know how to put it is my ratchet baby side. I tried to put my whole little ratchet baby side away, like it just didn't exist anymore. You know what I'm saying? Where it's just
cool
like,
cold turkey you tried to do, huh? Talking about you ain't getting rid of me that easy.
yeah, no, you know what I'm saying? Like, nah. And it's just like, you know what I'm saying? It was just like acknowledging it's just like, it's just the time and the place for that. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Like, just be you, but you know what I'm saying? Also remember who you're becoming at the same time. Like,
Right.
don't, like, you know what I'm saying? If that's what you like, if that's what you enjoy, okay, spend 30 minutes on social media. Just don't spend 2 hours on it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Just just be mindful of what it is that you're doing and why you do it. You know what I'm saying? Even with like smoking is a good example for me because that was my thing. It's just like, why am I doing it? You know what I'm saying? Because when I was doing it heavy, it was for no reason, like whatsoever. You just doing it
Right.
because it's a thing to do. You had no purpose to it. But it's just like, okay, now and again, you know, we at a party, all right, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
maybe, but you know what I'm
right. I
saying?
got
But
you.
you know what I'm saying? But like at the same time, like if I got something to do, like that's not first priority, top of mind anymore. Like, you know what I'm saying? Nobody's saying stop doing you, but elevate that you. Change,
Right.
be intentional about the you that you're trying to become.
No, 100%. Like, because when you do, you're gonna start to notice the subtle tendencies that you used to have that you don't have no more, and you're
Right.
gonna start feeling good about it. You're gonna be like, man, like I remember I used to do that. Like
I
that's a
used to
huge
depend on
accomplishment,
this. Yeah.
right? You know what I'm saying? Like, and don't let nobody diminish your accomplishments, whatever it
Oh,
is.
yeah.
You know, like don't let nobody like even if you then took your screen down, like you said, from 2 hours to just an hour. That's an accomplishment for you because you are so used to being on that phone for 2 hours scrolling before you go to bed. Now you only on it for an hour, and then that other hour you decompressing. You letting out that big whoo sigh. You know what I'm saying? You clearing your mind. You know, and so it's just crazy. It's just crazy that the little things that we do can have such a huge impact.
Hmm.
you know, and it just amazes me how like many people don't look at it or see it that way. They look at it like, well, it's not really a big change, and it's not gonna do nothing. It's like, no, it's just like, if you got one of those like those milk jugs. You got
Yeah,
one of those milk jugs that's empty, and you drop a penny in there. Right now, no, it's only one penny in there. It's only 1 cent. But if you continuously putting change in there, and then you go to the little coin store or whatever, that 1 cent can turn into like $30, $40.
right.
And it's the same thing with you changing. It may be small now, but you're gonna up and look up. You're gonna be like, I got more energy.
Yeah,
Because instead of going to bed at 11, I go to bed at 10. I got that more energy to like get up in the morning, go to the gym or go for a walk, or I'm not as sleepy at work. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm more productive
yep.
overall. And so, it's just one of those things like small accomplishments lead to big accomplishments.
Right. Right. And like and for me that teaches you how to enjoy the journey. Like, you know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Because when you learn how to appreciate those small steps that you take, you realize that you're already there. I was journaling last night and I was thinking about it because I used to think like, oh, when I'm in my purpose, like I would always feel like I'm in my purpose once this becomes huge, right?
Hmm.
Like, oh, when this becomes huge, like I'll be in my purpose. When I don't have to go to my job anymore, like then I'll be in my purpose. But then I realized, like, no, I'm in my purpose right now.
Yep.
Like you're in your purpose right now, where you are doing what it is that you do, because these small things, like this website is huge, ThinkerVsSpeaker.com. This is a huge step
It is.
in a series of other steps. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, and if you too focused on the biggest goal that you want to get to, you miss the accomplishments that you make along the way. And those are the things that really bring you the happiness, that joy, that everything. Because if you always looking at the end goal, you always feel like you're missing something. It's good to have
Yep.
something that you're working towards, but at the same time, be happy for where you are and what you have, because you have a lot. You know,
Yeah.
it was something that you said earlier in the episode where it's just like, at one point in your time, in one point in your life, you can be happy doing one thing, and like it that's exactly how it can go. When I was 21, I was happy to fold clothes. I thought I would be cool folding clothes forever. Like I was in management,
Right.
and I was doing hiring and everything like that. I was making decent money for my age. And then when I turned 25, I realized like, nah, this isn't a lifestyle that I want when I get older. This isn't something that I want when I have kids. This ain't how I want it. You know
Hmm.
what I'm saying? This isn't what I want. And then I got a different job. I transitioned again to something that was more stable because I wanted to align myself with the future that I wanted to create for myself.
Right.
And now that I'm 30, I'm doing it again. you know,
Right.
I'm doing it again, and there's nothing wrong with it. It's the continual progression of life. Like your goals can change, your aspirations can change, your everything can
Yep.
change. It's supposed to change. I don't know
Yeah.
who told us that it's supposed to be how you envision it. No, it's continually supposed to change. And if you
Yep.
understand that it's continually supposed to change, there is no disappointment. There is none of that, because like I thought I was gonna be a rocket scientist. I was not built to be a rocket scientist, y'all. People would have died. I
They would not be doing space trips right now if I was in the command center.
I was not one of the women from Hidden Figures, okay? It was not me. Yeah.
That's
But
a good
shout
movie though.
out
That's a
to
good
them.
movie though.
Look, shout out to them. I got my NASA shirt on right now. I still love the concept. Shout out, like, you know what I'm saying? I know a couple people that's done work for NASA at this point in my life, and that's the dopest thing ever, because
Right.
they in their lane doing them over there.
Right. 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 They and they like building them rockets. You right.
because it's supposed to change. You're supposed to do you and be in your lane. And if your lane goes in a different direction than you expected, just enjoy the ride.
Yeah. No, 100%.